Welcome everyone to Pokemon Time Vault, where we open up the past and unlock your collecting future. So we're going to be looking at some exciting things today, like Mega Evolutions and a little bit of Phantasmal Flames. Two awesome new sets that are coming out, all focused on Megas. We got Charizard in one, Gengar, we got Lucario, Gardevoir. It's going to be an awesome set, and we're going to go through things with this weird camera angle, trying something different, and we'll see how it goes. What movie is that where the whole camera is like this and it's all shaky? I'm sorry if you're going to get dizzy, but we're going to try this out for this video and just see how it goes. Yes, as everyone knows, new Mega Evolution sets, they're about to drop. And I just want MSRP or as close as I can get to it. Because I refuse to pay the I panicked on eBay tax. Like, that's so fun. So we're just going to talk about a little bit about how I use Pokémon Center, then go to eBay, and this is all just to find the best prices. That's all we're doing, and that's just what I'm going to help you guys out with. I looked at the data, and there's a bit of a pattern we can kind of see for Pokemon sets. So we're just going to go over that for a little bit. Alright, so there are four main things that I focus on for every new set. And first up, that's Pokemon Center at MSRP. You know, as soon as there's a Pokemon Center drop, I buy fast and think later. If you're worried about how much you're going to want to spend going in there, and like look up the cost of things like MSRP prices, because that's where you're going to be spending at Pokemon Center. So buy fast, think later, like know what you're going to want to get, because that's going to be your best bet at MSRP prices for Pokemon. Next, I use eBay, but that's only for the dip. So right after the Pokemon Center rush, you're going to see a lot of things go on eBay for pre-orders, and like that's great and all, but we could look at historical data for Pokemon boxes and cases like Destined Rivals or Journey Together, really just any set, and we can kind of see a pattern. That's where as soon as there's a drop, eBay prices are as high as they can be. eBay's testing out the market. They're getting people who hit that panic button and they just want it ASAP. They have the FOMO, and that's great if you have that disposable income, but we don't. So we're looking for the next smartest play here. Next up, we're going to want case timing, and that's at the perfect price. You know, we don't chase the mythical bottoms. You know, we're never going to hit Pokemon cases at MSRP again. The days, I think, are very long gone where we're going to be able to find $1,000 case or less. Last year, 9 months ago, we were able to find cases at $700, $800, and that was like at the high end. Some boxes or some cases were even going for in the 600s. But those days are long gone. Everyone wants Pokemon, everyone wants a piece of that pie, and they're not leaving any meat left on the bone. And lastly, I use Twitter or X for Pokemon restocks. You know, so there's alerts on there, there's free accounts. Avoid the ones you have to pay, avoid the paid discords. We just don't need that. There's no point. And a lot of the times I have really good luck with just being really quick on Twitter or X and going over to Pokemon Center or Best Buy or Walmart or Target and finding the drops really quick. So first up, let's just talk Destined Rivals. You know, this set released May 30th of 2025. Pokemon Center listed the PCETB at $59.99 and they vanished ASAP, minutes, seconds. So if you grabbed your limit, congrats, because that was your cleanest, cheapest buy that you could get. So what happened afterward? On the secondary market, PCETBs didn't exactly hang out at MSRP. Duh, obviously. TCG Player shows a market around $298 lately, about $300. You know, with plenty of sales in that range. eBay is about the same. You know, we're hitting that $300 price mark on Destined Rivals, which makes sense because we see cases. They've already hit $2,000 a couple weeks ago. We're going up to about $2,100, $2,200, and they're just going to keep on rising. So what do I do for eBay? I like to wait, and we can see this in data. Look at the screen now. I'm hoping I pop this up. But we'll be able to see that right around the launch, when the product is officially launched, released, we're able to see that the prices start to slowly decline. Maybe not even slowly. It's actually pretty quick. Over like 2 weeks, prices are going toward their bottom. They're going toward the floor of what their floor is going to be. You can kind of see that. You can kind of see, like, for Destined Rivals, you know, it started at $2,600 to drop down to $1,700, $1,500. Then it hovered about there in that, like, $1,400, $1,450 range. For maybe only like a week. Wasn't long, maybe 2 weeks. Then it crept up to $1,500, $1,550, $1,600. And that was all. So when I bought my case, it was about $1,450. And that was the first week of July, which I think that was like the ultimate bottom. I could not have picked a better time to buy a case because they did not go back down. They didn't hit lower. They just kind of crept up in that area. So definitely wait, I think, between 1 to 2 weeks, maybe. With recent sets now, Black Bolt, White Flare, I think that time window is kind of closing, especially with Pokemon being ramped up in the media. So maybe just look at that 1 to 2 week period after the set is released. So for Mega Evolutions coming in September, just give it a week or two. You know, maybe around that first week of October, we're going to see the price at its lowest, especially if people are really wanting Phantasmal Flames. Obviously, we got Charizard, Gengar. So people are going to be wanting that one. I think Mega Evolution will kind of die down for a moment, but, you know, I'm going to remain bullish on this one. Mega Evolution has some real bangers in it. First up, we got headliners that people actually care about. You know, we have Mega Lucario EX. We have Mega Gardevoir EX. We have the gold cards for those, and those gold cards look amazing. I'm almost reminiscing a little bit about the Team Rocket return set in 2004. You know, we had some very special cards in that set, and that's kind of how I'm treating these ones in that nowadays. You know, like in Black Bolt, White Flare, we had the pure white, the pure black cards. They were great. We even had Victini as a full red card, and that looked amazing. And in these sets, we got the gold cards, and these are like they look very nice, very fancy looking gold cards. I'm kind of relating these to that like really demanded Mudkip, Torchic, Trico Pokemon from Team Rocket Returns. I don't know if they'll necessarily hit that level of hype, but you never know. 20 years from now, just like Team Rocket Returns, these cards could. So I'm going to remain really bullish on this one, especially also because we got the Mega EX cards in it, and I am a sucker for that Mega Kangaskhan EX. I absolutely love it. I can't wait to get one in English. It looks so gorgeous. I'm stoked. And my play on Mega is super simple, you know, so Pokémon Center first. Again, be logged in, have your address in there saved, have your payment method saved, whether that's Apple Pay or something else. Just get ready for it. Following that, don't forget eBay. Check eBay as soon as a set releases and just track that every single day. See where the price is, see where it's going. Right now, we're looking at about $17 to $17.50 for a case. That's pre-tax, pre-shipping. So probably about $1,900, just under $2,000 for a case right now. That's, you know, 2,000 divided by 6, looking at around $300 for a booster box, and that's a lot higher than, you know, Destined Rivals was when it, you know, even right now, Destined Rivals isn't even there. Well, it is about there, but it's not. It wasn't there a couple weeks ago. So I don't think it's going to stay in that range. So don't buy into the hype at that $1,700 price range. You know, we're probably looking at about $225, maybe $250. You know, so times 6, maybe about like $1,400 to $1,500. I think we can hit that Destined Rivals price there. So maybe 14, maybe 15. Would be lucky if we saw it at 1,300, but honestly, I think it's going to be that 14 and 1,500. So stick around, sub, hit that notification bell, because we'll come back to this when the set releases, and we'll talk about if we're right or wrong, just so we can be ready for next time. And lastly, we got the Phantasmal Flames, and Best Buy kind of did a release today for the UPC, which looks absolutely gorgeous. We got an Lucario EX promo card in it. We also got that Charizard promo, and they look absolutely sick. They look gorgeous. I'm stoked about this one. Sadly, did not get in on the Best Buy purchase today. Kind of bummed about it, but, you know, we'll be here for next time it does. And right now, I was able to look on eBay. I think a lot of listings got taken down, but there were some listings on eBay for about $250 to $300 coming from Canada or Australia for the UPC. I mean, it's a $120 product, going double already. I can kind of see it for Charizard and Gengar set, but, you know, if I see it around $200, I think I'd go in, bite the worm on it, but I don't know, we'll see how it goes. All right, guys, thank you so much for sticking around. Creepy camera angle. Tell me if you liked it or not. I don't even know if I liked it. Here's a picture of someone on the wall. Here's my little Pokemon space, and thank you guys so much for sticking around. Give me a follow, give me a like, comment in here, subscribe, whatever you want to do, and I'll see you all for the next video.